welcome you to this great event tonight. Here we are tonight to celebrate the official dedication and ribbon cutting of the Jules Nunez Seafood Pavilion and the A.J. Sharon Farm Market. And very proud to be able to be here tonight, and thank y'all for everyone for coming. We know it's better than anyone else what's most important. And what's most important is our family, our friends, our community, the good food we eat, seafood, and how we enjoy our lives. And this facility will enhance that capability down here in Lower Lafitte, Lafitte, Crown Point, Barataria. And we're glad to be here tonight and celebrating that.
It's a real honor to be here today. I got to tell you, thank you for giving me the opportunity and the privilege of serving as your Lieutenant Governor. I actually looked and I got more votes in Lafitte than I actually got in Plaquemines Parish. So I guess this is my new home. My job in Baton Rouge is tourism. And this year we're promoting the great outdoors of Louisiana. And in with tourism, I'm also in charge of the Louisiana Seafood and Promotion Board. And this year we married those two to promote our seafood with tourism. Because when you come here, you love to eat. This facility will be a great opportunity to bring those tourists out of New Orleans, down to Lafitte, where the real people are, and show them some good seafood.
We have worked with Mayor Kerner, with the town, with Jefferson Parish since 2008. This edifice represents a lot of hard work and dedication for this community. This is an investment of disaster recovery funds of $1.5 million to help build this facility from the U.S. Department of Housing and Urban Development. It benefits fishermen, it benefits residents alike, providing a facility that allows them to participate not only in the economic development of this community, but in fun, in pleasure, in refreshment, and good old community relationships within the community. This community was hit by several hurricanes, as you well know. Rita, Isaac, Gustav, and Ike. But it did not spoil your spirit. It did not spoil your resiliency. It did not spoil your commitment to this community. So this edifice really represents what you're all about.
I'm honored to share the stage today with, of course, two heavy hitters in state government, our Senate President, John Alario, and Lieutenant Governor Nungesser, and of course, all of my colleagues on the council, and of course, the illustrious mayor of Jean Lafitte, Tim Kerner, who, when I know I'm getting a call from him, I know it's going to be something the parish has to do, and so far, we've done everything you've asked, right? Okay, good. So I know I'll get a call Monday with more things that we have to do. But also, it's an honor to be here for another reason. Jefferson Parish was just awarded by the Lieutenant Governor one of the cleanest parishes in the state of Louisiana. And one of those reasons is because the town of Jean Lafitte has been the cleanest city in the state of Louisiana for 6 years running. So thank you very much, Jean Lafitte. I would like to also thank all of the architects and engineers that came together to build this facility. They've done an outstanding job. I just think, and I'm going to use the commercial name, I think the big ass fans should be a little bit lower. But other than that, they've done an outstanding job. And I can tell you that our Parkways Department under our director, Mr. Brooke Burmaster, has done a great job with his crews laying the sod and trying to finish with the rest of the development outside here. And then our streets crews that laid the slab for that beautiful bow to that pirate ship. Tell me, where did you get that again? He never will tell me where he got that pirate ship from, but I'm very impressed with it. I feel like I've seen it in a movie. But I will say this much. Lafitte does some outstanding job when it comes to the seafood industry in Jefferson Parish. You employ over 1,600 people in Jefferson Parish. It's about $153 million economic impact to this parish for the seafood that's generated throughout all of Jefferson Parish. Think what that does not only for us, but the state and our entire region. And the data also shows that we have over $78 million of gross parish sales in seafood generated through this parish. And Jefferson Parish was ranked #1 in the state for wholesale and commercial fisher license, and believe me, a lot of those are generated right here in Lafitte. And of course, my administration will always continue to do everything we can for the town of Jean Lafitte. This is certainly a tourism destination. I think there are more museums and points of interest in Lafitte than in any other town in this region, and that goes a lot to your town council and of course the mayor of Lafitte. So again, I have to say thank you for what you do, being good citizens of this town, keeping it clean, supporting Jefferson Parish. May God bless the town of Jean Lafitte, the parish of Jefferson, and the great state of Louisiana. Thank you very much.
I told these guys, when you go to Lafitte, Crown Point, Barataria, Grand Isle, it's okay to wear shorts. They didn't get the message, but I guess I did. So Billy said you don't want to see his legs. He might be telling the truth too. Let me just say, I want to be brief because I know we're here to have a good time. First of all, this idea came about right around the time that we were dealing with the BP oil spill in 2010. And Mayor Kerner wanted to do something to get people to Lafitte, get people to the community, and also to bring people direct to where the seafood was coming from. So we can envision a lot of events that are going to be happening here. I can only imagine what this is going to become. And, you know, when you look at different places like along the rivers on the North Shore where you have the prop stop and other facilities that have become very prime weekend hotspots, that's exactly what we're going to see happen here. And it's with the hard work of so many, everyone that's here on this dais and so many that have come before us that made this possible. And we just want to make sure everybody knows that we stand with our fishermen. We stand with Louisiana seafood. That's what we want to promote. That's what we want to get the word out. We joke all the time. If we had to disclose, the restaurants had to disclose where they got their seafood from in New Orleans, and some of them were truthful about the fact that they were bringing in foreign imports, I don't think people would be eating at Boudreaux's seafood restaurant if they knew the shrimp was coming from Taiwan. But you can bet that when you're in Lafitte and you're in these communities, the seafood's coming right out of the Gulf. It's what puts our people to work. It's what serves the families and provides for those families, and we're happy to be able to do this.
You know, I've had the tremendous pleasure of the last 45 years of representing the West Bank in the state legislature, both in the House of Representatives and the state Senate. And I've got to meet lots of elected officials throughout this great state. And I can tell you there's no finer group than the group you have representing you in the town of Lafitte. Mayor Kearney is almost in Baton Rouge as much as I am, along with his council and the chief of police who are working very hard and very diligently on your behalf each and every day. And I'm so proud to have worked in a partnership with them to bring this project and many others. We're working on the levee system. We keep working on other projects throughout the community to try to make this a much, much better place and to raise the quality of life. But I thank you for that, and I thank the parish councilman, the parish president, and the lieutenant governor in particular, who has been an outstanding public official for us. And I don't know of anybody who works any harder than Billy Nunguess also. Thank you so much for having me today.
When you talk about naming something, places after people, you know, you may say, man, that's a nice thing. That's a wonderful thing. That's a great thing for the family. But that's not the reason why we do it. We do it because those people did great, wonderful things for this community. And a lot of people don't realize that Mr. A.J. Favre and Ms. Sharon Favre did so much. And I'll tell you, I'll give you one example was the, when Mr. A.J. and Ms. Sharon started the shrimping organization, they went all over the coast and got people from all over to come and join that organization. They was a family with modest means, but guess what? They thought so much of the fishermen that they got out there and they did it, and they paid for it out of their own pocket, and they formed the organization. Well, let me tell you, that organization might be deemed LSA, but I was there when they formed it. I was there when I saw him make the meetings. He took that name because it was already existing, but what he did was create an organization from scratch. And what they did was to fight the anti-dumping, because what other countries were doing was dumping foreign imports like they do it now at a cheaper rate than it takes to produce it, and it's illegal. Well, let me tell you, they had another organization that came up and took a little credit, but I will tell you that I was there. If it wasn't for Mr. A.J. Favre and Ms. Sharon Favre, that lawsuit would have never been filed, and it would have never won. And the fishermen that got money from the penalties that they paid was actually through hard work that those people put in. So they did a wonderful job when they was here. Now they had help. They had Glenn Gidry, which is a fine man that's still helping, A.C. Cooper, Mr. Terry Pizzani that's going today, Byron Despo, Lamb LeBlanc, all those guys supported those people 100%. But a lot of people don't know what these people did for us and are still doing for this community till today. So I'll just tell you, it is with honor, because I saw what Mr. Sheridan and Mr. AJ did. I saw what they went through, and I saw what they did for the fishermen. So it's an honor for me today to walk out there with the Favre family and cut the ribbon and have a plaque in their name. I will tell you this, that Jason Favre, Mr. AJ's son, put up $5,000 for that pedestal and everything, the brick around there. And I think Jason Fudd, and I wish he would have had to do it, but I'll tell you this, his mother and father were well deserving of the honor they're going to get today. And I want to tell you about Mr. Jules Nunez. I'll just tell you a little story. This is kind of a funny story on a sad day. But in 1971, Lafitte, Pavillion, and Crown Point was all part of the town of Jean Lafitte. And Mr. Jules was the police chief, and my daddy was the mayor. So they left Baton Rouge, they got sworn in, and on the way home, Miss Luella, who passed away today, looks at my mom and says, I think we're gonna have a problem. And my mom said, why? And she said, well, I wanna see my husband with the heart he's got write a ticket, and then I wanna see Mr. Leo with the heart he got collect the money. She said it would never happen. So I thought that was pretty cute. But Mr. Jules was a shrimp buyer for many, many years down here. A lot of people don't know he was elected to the school board. He actually served as a school board member. A lot of people don't know he chaired the committee to try to get the Goosefire Bridge replaced, and they got the Goosefire Bridge replaced when he chaired that committee. So he's done a lot of wonderful things in government. He supported my daddy, and all the things you see in Lafitte now, he was part of it. And more than that, Mr. Jules was the man that if you came in and you needed rigs, he would help you. He would help pay for your rigs. The chief of police is right here. He came in Charles and he didn't have much shrimp. Everybody caught good. So he said, Marcel, you're never going to catch with those rigs. Marcel Rodriguez said, I can't afford new rigs. He said, well, go get you some new rigs. Here's some money. And when he went to pay him, he didn't want the money. And that's what he did all his life. Rigs, awnings, whatever it took, motors. He paid for people to have babies. He paid for people to leave this earth too. He done everything. And let me tell you something. And I want to say, because Miss Luella, Miss Luella passed today, but I'll tell you what, you can't have, the saying is, behind every great man there's a great woman. You can't have a great man like Mr. Jules unless he had a great woman like Miss Luella. That was a lady that didn't want anything for herself. As long as she had a house with food on the table and her kids were doing fine, she was happy. She knew her husband was paying for motors for people. She knew her husband was paying for rigs. She knew her husband was helping people pay their house note. She knew it all. And let me tell you, she let it happen. So I'll tell you, Mr. Jules was a great man, and there'll never be another one, and he had a great wife too. So today we honor them, and they deserve it, so I thank y'all for that. And I just want to say that this seafood pavilion was only built for one reason, and that is to bring people here. And hopefully the restaurants in this area will serve food when they come here, and they'll make extra money. And if people like what they serve, then they'll go see them at the restaurant also. But not only the restaurants, we'll have the art gallery people here too, the people that doing paintings by the senior center that sell them at the art gallery, the people that have craft booths from Lafitte. This place was only built to bring people here so that they can enjoy this area and see this area, but at the same time, spend their money and help the people that do an art, help the restaurant, help the tour boat businesses, help everybody. That's what we wanted, and that's what we hope to accomplish. Thank y'all so much. Now let's get the Nunez family, the Favre family. Let's go out there with all the elected officials, cut the ribbon there. Let's have a great time and enjoy tonight. And look, do me a favor. Just all go home and say a wonderful prayer for Miss Luella, because she was a wonderful person. Thank you.